If you eat too many ultra-processed foods, you could be starving your gut microbes, and they'll get hangry. That's one of many things I learned after working on a new audio course about the gut microbiome. You can learn how to keep your gut happy by listening to Try This from the Washington Post. I'm Christina Quinn. I host Try This. Dig in with me on practical advice for life's common challenges. Follow Try This right now wherever you're listening. Seriously, try it.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
It's KFI AM 640, and you're listening to The Conway Show on demand on the iHeartRadio app.
We're on? Is that right? Can't hear myself. Big dog. All right, evidently we're on the stream. Oh, we're on the stream. Ding dong with that stream. All right, unusual day here at KFI AM 640. We are now the king of the stream, and I can't hear myself, but I guess who cares, right? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, man. Can you hear yourself?
No.
Okay. All right.
Steve Gregory. I don't know why we have these on.
That's right. Two idiots.
Two old broadcasters here.
That's right. We're on KFI streaming, and all we can tell you is something happened to KLAC, the 570 AM, where they couldn't broadcast, and their power was turned down. So they asked KFI if they could use our signal. We said yes, because we're team players. And so we're on the stream now until 7 o'clock, and then Mo Kelly.
Right.
Steve Gregory joins us. Nice to see you, buddy.
How you doing, brother?
This is unusual, huh?
Yeah, it's another one of those. I was in the hallway, and Sharon said, you're on for a segment. I said, really? Okay. So here we go.
What can we talk about, Bellio? Let's get Bellio on one of those, on that microphone over there. Bellio, you seem to be the woman with all the information. What can we talk about or can't talk about?
He wants to cuss. It's like all the time.
No, I don't mind. No, I don't. I'm saying,
free.
what can we talk about the circumstances, about how this happened?
You
What's
said
our limit?
you said what you can say.
Yeah,
that's it?
I think
Okay.
we said we were allowed
You're
to
done.
say.
Okay.
I do know that the Bearcats have left the scene.
They have.
They have left the scene and the helicopter.
Okay.
So
all right.
That's all we can really tell you.
The emergency's over.
Speaking
Do
of
you think
that,
that'll be on news?
No,
No?
it won't be. But
It should be.
well, yeah. Well, the thing is, it's so common that it's really, really common.
There was a situation.
There was a situation, and unfortunately, we been a target of that situation a few times.
Oh, unbelievable. All right, Steve Gregory's with us. We've got the election coming up in a couple days.
Yeah, and then tonight,
We're less than a week away.
Actually, I'm hanging around here because I'm on Riot Watch for tonight. I was on Riot Watch last night.
Oh, you're right. I forgot about that.
Because no one in this area knows how to responsibly celebrate.
Right.
So we are on
How's it
alert.
sound, Crozier? One sec.
So good.
Yeah, is the
On
volume?
the app, on the iHeartRadio app.
Yeah,
So
oh,
good.
that's
Is it
great.
4K?
Is it 4K?
Yeah.
Gregory sounds so
How are the
nice.
levels? Too high, too low?
No, just sweet. Steph's running it right.
Perfect, man. You're the best.
There comes Rich. Poor Rich. Rich is running around here like a rabbit. Pretty crazy.
All right.
But anyway, so that's kind of why I'm still hanging around.
Okay, so you're on Riot Watch,
Mhm.
and for the riots, you need runners, burners, smashers,
Looters.
climbers, looters, and there was one other thing, fighters. Throwers. You need a lot of those
Fighters.
things. Right.
Yeah, I remember the last
You
one
need
of these.
6 of those
The
out
last
of,
one
out
of
of
these,
10.
and it always seems to hover around the East Los Angeles area for some reason.
I've noticed that there's one intersection where all the news helicopters know to go to,
Yep.
and that intersection's been chewed up with a bunch of tires there, and that seems to be where the party is. And the cops have shown some restraint. They haven't arrested anybody yet.
Well, I was told already, because I was already doing sort of some recon on this to find out where cops are looking at right now. And there's that intersection. I think we're talking about the same intersection.
Right.
So and I'm not going to say it because I don't want to promote that activity down there. But They said that's the area they're keeping an eye on. LAPD has activated its operations center already.
Woo!
And then the next level of that would be TAC alert, citywide TAC alert, only if it gets crazy. But it typically for the Dodgers games, that's usually centralized in the East LA area, which is going to be the sheriff's jurisdiction.
Oh, I see. Okay. All right. So we'll talk about that. If the Dodgers win, obviously that's going to be the big story. But we've got an election coming up here in 6 short days. And I've already started to notice some stories that have crept onto the airwaves on radio and also TV. One of them was there was a ballot box, a ballot drop-off box. It was lit on fire.
Right.
And that's horrible. And then there's another one where a woman was feeding 20 to 30 ballots into a box, which is also illegal.
Yeah, highly illegal.
Yeah, highly illegal. You're supposed to drop off one, or if you have an affidavit of somebody else that signed one, is somebody you're taking care of, you can drop in 2, but not 30.
No.
Yeah.
Well,
aren't the pictures and video of this stuff going to make people crazy again this time?
They are, and a lot of this stuff, I got to be perfectly honest with you, because I was looking at it today, and there's a site called verifythis.com. I was looking at a lot of this stuff, and a lot of this stuff's been debunked. A lot of these other things where people are talking about, multiple ballots for only one candidate were here, and then people are voting, and there's like tens of thousands of people that are voting the same way. I know they're dead people. I mean, there are all these conspiracies out there. AI is a big problem. Deepfakes are a lot of problems. And they're finding out that the Russian bad actors are actually behind most of it.
Really?
Yep.
All right. Why do they call bad actors, Steve? Are they bad actors?
You know, it's so funny. That's like that is a big law enforcement term. For some weird reason, bad actors.
It's odd.
And instead of just saying bad people, bad actors, I don't know. It's one of those
why isn't it
vernaculars.
bad plumbers?
Bad plumbers?
Bad electricians?
Well, we've all experienced those.
That's right. Ding along with you. All right, so you're monitoring what's going on with elections as well. You're wearing 2 hats today. Actually, wearing none, but it's just a term.
Well, you know me. What is it? I think Don Martin from our sister station.
By the way, I'd say yes, I do know you.
Yeah. He said every time I walk down the hall, it's like, oh, there's death and mayhem.
Oh, that's great.
So I can't even catch a break. There's death and mayhem.
That's classic, buddy. What are you doing for keeping an eye on elections? How's the station monitoring?
My assignment for election night, I'm in charge of the DA's race.
Oh, you are? Okay,
yeah,
that's a big race.
It's a huge race.
Hugely monitored.
Hugely monitored. So I'll be covering both of those camps on election night. Michael Monks is going to be our in-house reporter. He's going to be, breaking down like the props and all the other things that are on the ballot dealing with the region.
Right.
And then the rest of our team is going to be working mostly early in the day doing the other coverage and other things. But then, because if you think about it, election night, polls don't close till 8.
Right.
So unless there's a landslide in advance and someone concedes, we're not going to get a lot of results that night until the next morning.
I ask everybody who comes on with us, so I'll ask you as well, who are you voting for?
Oh, I'm not registered to vote here.
Oh, you're not? Yeah, dig dog with you. Colorado boy at heart. You're not.
What the hell? Where did that come from?
I don't know. You're not registered to vote in California?
I am not.
Really?
Nope.
Are you registered in Colorado?
I am.
Okay. Will you vote in Colorado?
I do.
Who do you vote for?
The people in Colorado.
Buddy, you're the best, man. You really are.
Here's the thing. If I were registered to vote here in California, people can look that stuff up.
Right. So you're not even voting in the DA's race?
No. I don't because people can look it up here. And one of the ways to really maintain objectivity is just to keep your voting record out of the fray.
Right.
Because people think and assume they know my politics, but they don't.
That's right. Yeah. I'm sure they don't. All right. The Yankees are up 3-0 against the Dodgers. This is going to go to Game 7.
Yeah.
This is going to go to Game 6 or Game 7. And those 2 nuts in the stands that tried to molest or rob Mookie Betts may have changed the series around.
Can you believe that? When I heard about it, I didn't believe it until I saw it. I'm like, who does that? And then did you see when they were escorting him out, people were patting him on the back
I know.
like he was
they
a
love
hero.
Those kind of guys. Yeah.
Like, what the hell?
I get it. Sports guys are different. Sports people are different.
They're different?
They're different.
That's a way of looking at it.
But it's 3-0 Yankees in this first inning. Oh, no. It's going to be a long night. A long night. But I kind of wish it goes to Game 6 or Game 7.
A lot of us were talking about that today, and some people really want to stretch this thing out as far as they can. Of course, with Dodgers winning, but they want to stretch the game out. Sales wants it to stretch out.
Sales definitely wants Game 6 or Game 7.
Programming wants it to stretch out a bit.
Well, how many games have the Dodgers been on the playoffs? 5 with the Padres, 5 or 6 with the Mets, and now 5. So it's quite a few games, these postseason games. But look, if the Dodgers lose tonight, that next game will be in November. It'll be after Halloween. We'll have November.
They're flying back
baseball
tonight. In fact, I was talking to David Vassay, who's our Dodgers reporter.
That's right.
And I'm coordinating with him for the victory parade because we're already planning that.
Okay.
In the event it happens, it'll happen on Friday or Monday. And then
even if the Dodgers lose tonight, Steve Gregory, I don't know how much you know about sports. The Dodgers will still have a 3-2 lead on these guys. That's a big lead.
Sure.
So Yankees 3, Dodgers nothing in the first inning. Not good. Not good.
No, I think the momentum is hurting a little bit.
It's changed.
It's a little.
It's swung.
And you think it was the Mookie Betts thing?
I don't know if it was Mookie Betts thing or if the Yankees just. You know what I think it was? I think the Yankees decided, look, it's Game 4. It might be the last game of baseball for the year. Let's just have fun. And I think once they relax like that and they go out and they play that game, I think that's when then they excel.
And then that
the
grand
team that
slam.
gets tense up, like the Dodgers were tense last night. The Dodgers are tense tonight. They have a tendency to lose. The team that's really loose has a tendency to win.
Do you think that fatigue is setting in now?
I think there's a lot of injuries that are hurting the Dodgers. I think you're right. But who knows? Teams play with injuries. It's it's a 162 game season, and then they've had 12, 13, 14 games in the postseason. It's a lot of games.
It's funny. Was talking to Tim Cates today. Of course,
Cates is great,
Cates
isn't he?
Is great from AM 570, and it was funny because he's pretty upset about a lot of the other people covering the Dodgers here.
Why is that?
Because he said normally these people wouldn't care and never cover the Dodgers. Now all of a sudden everyone's a Dodgers expert and they're all covering it.
He doesn't like the bandwagoners.
Town that was actually promoting that one of its anchors had their first Dodger dog, and they were making a big deal. And he says, "Where the hell were these people? I'm covering this stuff year round." And then so I went up to him today.
Great.
I went up to him today and I teased him. I said, one of the TV stations is doing a 5-part series on all the great Dodger recipes.
Oh, that's awesome.
He lost it. He's like, these people are not purists. They don't know what they're doing.
That's classic.
That's pretty funny.
Well, he is, buddy. I appreciate you coming by.
Of course.
You're a giant stud. And where will you be going if the Dodgers win to cover the news?
Well, the thing is if they win, hopefully people will be responsible in celebrating that win. But if for some reason they start throwing trash cans through front plate glass windows or lighting buses on far like they did during the Lakers, I'll be in the East LA area.
Right on. All right, buddy. Appreciate you coming by.
You got it, pal.
Giant stud. All right, we're going to take a break here, right? Is that right?
Is that how it works on this stream?
Yeah, why not? Let's give it a try.
Use the whole F word, right?
Oh.
The whole F word?
Yeah.
Fire truck?
Can you? No, not on the stream.
You're listening to Tim Conway Jr. on demand from KFI AM 640.
All right, Stefouche, you're how would you consider yourself on a scale of 1 to 10 being a sports fan?
Is 0 an option?
Oh, really?
No, I'd probably like 2.
He's lying. He's a 0.
A 0. All right. Richie, you're not a 10 either, right?
Definitely not.
Okay.
But I've gone to Dodger games before, so I used to like playing tag football, but it just gets and stops there.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, tag football? All right. All right. Stefouche, we're going to help you out here. We're going to make you a bigger sports fan. Even though it seems like we're banging on you, we're going to make you a bigger fan.
Is that helping him out?
Yeah. Okay. I think there are 30 basketball teams in the NBA. Is that right? I believe there are 30. Maybe 32.
Is that the 30?
I think there's 30. Okay. Let's start with Angel Martinez. Angel, of the 32 NBA teams, how many do you think that Stefouche can correctly identify?
30, by the way.
30. Okay, there's 30. How many could he correctly identify? We give him the name of the team. Could he tell us the city that they play in?
Well, I think he can identify two of them, and so
Wow.
not really to your answer.
Wow.
What do you think it is? You think it's 2
I think it's 2.
out of the 30?
Yeah.
God almighty. All right, Crozier.
How many can he get?
Steph Ush name out of 30?
I'll give him 4, 5. I'll give him 5.
Okay. Bellio, you around?
I am.
Okay. There are 30 NBA teams. I bet you could rattle them all off.
I think I could.
It's not your night. It's Steph Ush's night. How many can Steph Ush get out of the 30?
I think he's better than everyone gives him credit for.
Out of 30?
I think he can get 10.
10. Okay. Now, are you obviously he has a computer in front of him. It's not on NBA teams, right? Okay.
The look on his face is so like focused and concentrated right now, thinking, and he's like, oh, okay.
I can already start to see him sweat.
Fantastic.
All right. I'm going to say, man, you guys have all the good numbers. I'm going to say, I would say, God, man, it's got to be low. I would say 3 of the 30.
I was reconsidering and thinking of going actually a little bit higher, like 6 or 8 maybe or something like that.
Okay, but you settled at 5.
I'll stick with 5. I'll stick with 5.
Okay, so Angel said 2, Crozier said 5, Bellio with 10. I don't know what planet she's on.
Fushi.
And then I said 3 teams. Okay, you ready?
Ready as I'll ever
All right,
be.
here we go. What city do the Celtics play in?
Boston.
Oh, man. That guy's like a sportscaster. All right. What city do the Nets play in? You can give us the state, too. What city the Nets? City or state that the Nets play in? No, you got to give us the city.
New Jersey?
Years ago, that would have been right. So that's wrong.
Yeah, that's a half and half.
That's,
I mean,
Brooklyn.
Yeah.
No, they do not play in New
they
Jersey.
did.
They
You
play
were right.
in Brooklyn.
You were past right.
And so that is under no. Is that what that? They do not play in New Jersey. All right. What about the 76ers? Where do they play? 76ers.
Philadelphia.
That is correct.
I love watching him think, man. I love watching Steph think.
How about the Knickerbockers, also known as the Knicks? Where do the Knicks play?
New York.
That's right. That's already 3 correct out of 4. That's wild. All right, here's a wild curveball that's going to have your head spinning. The Raptors.
I knew you were going to say the Raptors.
The Raptors. Where do they play? Give us the country and we'll give you half credit.
Their mascot is the purple thing, right?
That's another show. I don't know what show that is. With what mascot? This is the city.
Their mascot is a raptor, yes.
Okay.
I'm just trying to think of the jersey.
We should do that. What's the Raptors mascot? It's a raptor. Yeah. All right. Where do the Raptors play?
Is it Michigan?
Ooh, that's wrong. No,
close
but you got
geographically,
close. Yeah, it's the beautiful city of Toronto. That's why I said we'll get you could even get the country. All right, the Cavaliers. Where would the Cavaliers consider their home turf?
Cleveland.
That's right.
Ooh.
Wow, man, you're like Fred Rogan. How about the Bulls? Where do the Bulls play?
Chicago.
Wow, that's 5 already.
Whoa.
That's wild. How about the Pacers?
All right, no, you don't get any more.
Yeah.
You're done.
You got to go 0 for
You got
now.
to get 5 more.
Pacers. Where do the Pacers call their home court, home turf?
Houston?
No. No, that would be Indianapolis. But we'd have settled with Indiana. How about the Pistons? Where would the Pistons play their home games? What city? And think about the name, the Pistons.
That's
no
a
help.
major hint.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh.
Oh, the Pittsburgh. No,
take that back.
I'm going to say that's wrong. All right, so you're at 5.
Yeah.
And Crozier has nailed it so far.
Yeah, but you haven't even gotten to the obvious ones.
Okay, here's one that might get you frazzed a little bit. The Bucks. Where do the Bucks play?
Milwaukee.
Oh, he nailed it for number 6. All right, how about the Hawks? Where would the Hawks play basketball? If you're going to go to a home game at the Hawks Stadium, what city would you fly into? What city would you jump to LAX and get an American Airline. American Airline, I need a one-way ticket to blank to watch the Hawks home games. Where would you ask the flight attendant or the gate agent to send you?
I don't know. I just the only thing I can think of to guess again is Houston.
Houston. All right. Eventually, you're going to get Houston.
I know. It's every guess from now on.
All right, the Hornets. Just pass.
That's a tough one.
Yeah, the Hornets. Where do the Hornets play? And you could probably think about the geography there as well. Maybe the Hornets. It's a southern bug, maybe. I don't know. A little hint there for you.
Maryland?
Nah.
The Maryland Hornets?
Maryland
Hornets.
down
Okay.
south.
They're
All
a big
southern
sports
Maryland.
state, Maryland.
Please. Part of shoving it down his throat is not part of this game. Jay.
Really?
Yes.
Come on.
That's right. All right. Where does the Heat play their home games? I'm going to mark it no. I'm going to mark that you didn't get it and then listen to your answer.
Old.
Where is the Heat? And think about, the geography. Heat. Hot. Very hot. Maybe not in the winter, but in the summer. Oof.
Oh, wait. Is this Houston?
No!
Fantastic.
All right. 7 wrong, 6 right. Not good right now. That would be Miami. The Miami Heat. How about the Magic? Where do the Magic play their home games? The Magic Johnson.
Oh, he almost said it, I think.
Oh.
Orlando?
Oh!
Good job.
That's 7 already. And I said 3. So you've beat me already. How about the Wizards? Formerly the Bullets. Where do the Wizards play their home game?
Washington?
That's right.
Yes.
That's 8. Wow. Man, oh, man. Like, you could, if you ever left your ESPN right away, bang. Sports with Stefouche. All right, how about the Timberwolves? The Timberwolves. NBA team Timberwolves. Who were just in town recently to play the Lakers. I think they beat the Lakers.
Minnesota?
Oh, wow. You are correct, sir. How about the Nuggets? They won the championship last year, the Nuggets. Where do the Nuggets play their home games? The Nuggets.
What do the Nuggets pertain to? What kind of Nuggets?
I was gonna.
Yeah, maybe gold Nuggets?
Okay.
Okay. They play at Sears? Where do they play? At
Golden
the,
State?
Jewelry store? No.
I don't know.
Okay. At you know what? Belly was going to jump over and strangle
come
you.
on, Foosh. You don't know me? Come on.
The Denver Nuggets?
Denver Nuggets?
Yeah.
Denver
Championship
Broncos?
last
Come
year.
on.
Come on.
All right. How about the Thunder? Where do the Thunder play their home games? The blank Thunder. They used to play in Seattle, then they moved. They're called the Thunder. Used to be called the Supersonics. And now where do they play their home games?
Seattle?
God, I that's impossible that you just said that.
We also have to
thought they
break.
moved back.
Yeah, they moved from Seattle to another city.
Hey, we need a break, man.
And it's like, oh, no, wait, they didn't move? Tim, you're wrong. They didn't move. Oh, they're still in Seattle? Yeah. All right, we got to take a break. Then we'll come back. But no, it was Oklahoma City. Oklahoma City. All right, that is wild that answer is at the end. Woo!
You're listening to Tim Conway Jr. on demand from KFI AM 640.
If you eat too many ultra-processed foods, you could be starving your gut microbes, and they'll get hangry. That's one of many things I learned after working on a new audio course about the gut microbiome. You can learn how to keep your gut happy by listening to Try This from the Washington Post. I'm Christina Quinn. I host Try This. Dig in with me on practical advice for life's common challenges. Follow Try This right now wherever you're listening. Seriously, try it.
All right, let's get back to Stefouche on sports. Yes! Stefouche, the Fouche on sports. We have the Duke of Sports, Eric Sklar, and then we got the Puke of Sports, Stefouche. All right, Stefouche was challenged to name as many NBA cities as he possibly can. We'll give him the name of the team. He gives us the city. He has 9 correct so far.
And we still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 cities left. This could be an all-time. You should write a letter to Don Martin saying you're available on weekends to do sports commentary, dude. Dear Don.
Just have a fill-in slot somewhere on the weekends.
Yeah, you work with Tim Cates doing football and basketball, baseball, hockey, whatever. All right, you ready? Where do now this is a real I guess it's not it's a real misinformation, disinformation, curveball. It's not what you think. The Jazz. Where do the Jazz play their home games? It's a city that may have never had any Jazz in it in the history of the city. I'll give you that. It's the least jazziest city in America.
Is it the Utah?
Yes, that's right. The Utah Jazz. And I don't think there's ever been any Jazz ever played in Salt Lake City. But I think they came from New Orleans. Was it New Orleans Jazz?
Yes.
How about that? I'm basically a Pat Summerall in here. Okay, where do the Warriors play? If you were a Warriors player, where would you show up to the home games if you played for the Warriors? And we'll give you the area. You don't have to give us the exact city. We'll take the area.
Oh, the Bay Area?
Yes, we'll give that to you. Yes, San Jose, I believe now.
So he's past 10, hasn't he?
He's at 11.
Wow.
He's at 11. I'm telling you. The guy is, he's the next Chick Hearn. He's a young Chick Hearn. When you squint your eyes and you listen to his voice, he's a young Chick Hearn. Without all the sayings and the knowledge of basketball. Other than that, he's Chick Hearn. Okay, all right. Where do the Clippers play their home games?
L.A.
That's right.
Oh.
And the hesitation got me worried. And I'm going to embarrass all of us and help you. Where do the Lakers call their home?
Los Angeles.
That's correct. Okay. How about the Suns? The Suns. Think about the Sun, too.
Phoenix.
That's right. You're up to 14. How about the Kings? Not the LA Kings, but the NBA Kings. Where do they play their home games? The NBA franchise.
Oh, Sacramento.
That's correct. Wow. All right. Here's one that you probably won't get. The Mavs, also known as the Mavericks. The Mavericks. Where do they play their home games? You're up to 15. That's wild. Mavericks. Then. And all new Mavericks. On ABC.
Is it?
Then the Mavericks.
Nebraska.
Oh, that is not correct. That is Dallas.
Boy, that was so bad. You might have to take a couple off.
Yeah, take a couple points away from you. Dallas Mavericks. How about the Rockets? People always associate this city with Rockets. Blank, we have a problem. The Rockets. Where do the Rockets
is this
play?
Houston?
That's right. All right. Okay.
That doesn't count.
Okay. Yeah.
You literally said blank, we have a problem.
Okay, here's another one. I'll give you the same hint. This city is also known as Grizzlies. Blank, we've got a Grizzly problem. Where do the Grizzlies play?
Houston.
And again, wait a minute. Did you just say Houston?
Yeah, I thought you were trying to do that as a joke again, so I used that as the clue.
I see. Okay. No, it's not Houston. But where do the Grizzlies play? There may not be a Grizzly in the entire state. Maybe there is. I don't think there is. But where do the Grizzlies play? It's a southern state. Southern boys.
Memphis?
Oh! You're up to 16, dude. Or 17. I think it's 17. All right, the Pelicans. Where are the Pelicans? The Pelicans. They're playing right now. They're playing the Los Angeles Lakers as we speak. The Pelicans. Or was that last night's game? I don't know. The Pelicans. It used to be home of the Jazz. Now it's the Pelicans. That's wild.
New Orleans?
That tip didn't help you out. That is correct, sir.
You got it.
You're at 17. The last one. No, there's two more. The Blazers. The Trail Blazers. And again, you can think of geography.
Portland?
That's correct. That's correct. And for extra credit, why would they be called the Trail Blazers? What two very famous explorers / pioneers walked through parts of Oregon and they named it after them?
Is that because of the Oregon Trail?
Okay, yes. But who were the two guys that were pals that cruised around and made it to the coast on the Oregon Trail?
No idea.
Lewis and Clark.
Oh, Clark.
Okay. All right, you got one. All right, you're up to 18. 18. That is wild. I mean, you really are like a very young, formative, early Chick Hearn. I don't think Chick Hearn at your age knew all these. Oh, that's not true. I'll bet he knew all of them. All right, you have one last one. The Spurs. Where do the Spurs play their home game in the NBA?
Is that San Antonio?
Oh! 19 out of 30. I don't think I could have done that. Oh, that's not true. But I would have been hard-pressed to get some of them. I would have been hard-pressed. I mean, I don't know where the Clippers play. I think it's L.A., but I would have been hard-pressed to get all those. Buddy, you are a winner. And if we gave you $20 for every one that you got, which Bellio's idea was early this morning when I called her at 5 a.m. and she said she was sleeping. I said, Bellio, look, we got to get the show rolling. By 5:30, you're usually up. You go, yeah, you said, Tim, but it's 5. At 5:30, I get up.
Yeah, but you called me the night before at 11, so I didn't get to bed till like midnight.
I know,
and then you called at 5.
I know, but I thought of this idea overnight, and I was going to call you at 2 a.m., and I thought, I'll let her sleep till 5.
Gee, what a generous guy.
And then Bellio said, let's offer him $20 for every team he can get. And I said,
absolutely.
I don't know. I mean, we'd have to pay him like $40. This would have cost me $180. $180.
I was trying to help you out there.
No,
Foosh.
more than that. $190, 19, 38, $380.
Woo.
You got 19. $380.
Wow.
Out of my pocket to Steph Foosh. I would have been pissed. And I would have fought some of them too. Like, oh, no, buddy. You got to tell us exactly the address of where the Lakers play. You can't just say L.A. Buddy, congratulations. You should be very proud of yourself.
Thank you.
Your mom and dad raised a true sports fan. All right, but maybe we'll do it in the future with soccer. I bet that'll be great. All right, we have... Yeah, for everybody.
You're listening to Tim Conway Jr. on demand from KFI AM 640.
If you eat too many ultra-processed foods, you could be starving your gut microbes, and they'll get hangry. That's one of many things I learned after working on a new audio course about the gut microbiome. You can learn how to keep your gut happy by listening to Try This from the Washington Post. I'm Christina Quinn. I host Try This. Dig in with me on practical advice for life's common challenges. Follow Try This right now wherever you're listening. Seriously, try it.
I was dealing with a flood issue in our garage, so I had to work all weekend. And Crozier saved me a lot of money and a lot of time. I had three leaks in the garage. Water was coming into the garage. Three. And it's been happening for years. And I've had so much stuff piled up on the walls of the garage that I could never really get to what the problem was. And I took all that crap away and I said, I am going to solve this problem. And Jen says, my wife, why don't you just call somebody to do that? And I'm like, God almighty, after 25 years, it's still, why don't you call somebody? It's never going to end.
You believe that that is a well-intentioned suggestion, right? Like, you don't burden yourself.
I think it's both. I think it's to save money and to have it done right.
Yeah.
Hey, that was a quick agreement by somebody.
That's right. So I took a video of what I was doing, and I had to take. I pulled all the storage bins away, the bikes, the old sports equipment, all the crap that I don't use anymore. Pull it all away from the wall, and I find where the 3 leaks are coming from. They're coming from outside. Obviously, they're not coming from underground, which is great. So they're coming from the outside. I find where the problem is. And as I'm pulling to find out where the problem is, I'm pulling 3/4 inch plywood off the base of one of the walls of the garage on the interior. And it's 3/4 to an inch. It's thick plywood. And so I start pulling it off the wall, and I'm sitting with a hammer and a screwdriver, and I'm trying to rip it out off the wall. And I can't do it. I can't get enough leverage to pull it off the wall. And then I start getting pissed at myself that I'm getting too old not to be able to pull plywood off a wall. I said, "What's going on, man? I usually can handle stuff like this. It's just nailed in there. It's just nails." So I go to the hardware store. I'm not going to say which one. It's a hardware store that I've been to a lot, and I enjoy it. And it's a big hardware store. And I go to get some blades because I'm going to use the Sawzall to cut some of the wood down, and then I could just, the ones that I can't get down, I'll get a crowbar and I'll pull it off.
There you go.
So I use my Sawzall to start cutting the wood, and the blade breaks in the first 8 seconds. So I go to the hardware store and I said, "Hey, where are the blades for the Sawzall?" And they said, "Oh, right here in tools." So I go back there. It's the only effing thing, the only case that's locked in the entire store. For $9 blades. Yeah. There's $1,400 saws. Yeah. And I don't know, air powered hammers and skill saws and I don't know what concrete saws. There's all kinds of saws that are worth $300, $400, $500 right there. But the $9 blades are locked up. And so I asked the guy, I said, "Hey," I asked a woman, I said, "Hey, is there a guy or a gal with a key? I need to get the blades." And there are 100 people in this store, maybe 200. And she said, "Yeah, I'll send somebody over. Hardware, please dial 358. And I know that's the end. That's it. That I could have done that. I could have just yelled out, "Hardware, 358. And that would have done the same thing. Right. Or this would have been just as helpful. "Hey, anybody in hardware, please ignore everybody else in hardware for about an hour." That would have worked too. So as I'm going around waiting for the guy with the key, I go look at a crowbar because, with a 2-foot crowbar, you can pull a lot of that wood off. You can get leverage. Yeah. So I find the crowbar that I want, and still nothing on the key. Nothing on the key front. Nobody has a key. Nobody knows what's going on. Nothing. So I said to the same lady, I said, "Ma'am, look, I really got to get back to this before the rain starts. I got 3 leaks in the garage. Is there anybody around with the key?" She gets back on the phone. And man, did I learn a lesson here that I can pass along to everybody. She said, "Is there anybody in tools? There's a guy with a crowbar who needs a key." And man, 3 guys showed up immediately. 3 guys showed up in a heartbeat because they had no idea why the guy with the crowbar was walking around. Yeah. But man, is that a great tip. When you walk into a store, go to tools first and grab a crowbar and just walk around. Everybody helps you out. Everybody helps you out. And the people that don't help you out, they get the F out of your way because they think you're crazy because you're walking around with a crowbar. Man, the crowbars are not behind lock and key. The little tiny saws are. Right. The blades. They're behind lock and key. But the crowbars, you can buy 100 of them right there for your taking. So I get it. I go back. I videotape the area that I had to pull this is great. So I buy the crowbar and I go back and I'm sawing and I'm pulling and I finally pull one of the pieces of plywood off the wall and I realize, it's not nailed on. It's screwed in.
Oh.
So I take my drill and bang, 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 bang in 8 seconds.
That entire trip.
So I didn't need the Sawzall. I didn't need the crowbar. I didn't need the aggravation. I didn't need the blades. I just needed to think.
I was gonna ask when you were talking about pulling up. I was like, it screws? I was thinking to myself, he had to have look at the
I
nail heads
didn't.
and saw that they were
They
screws.
were so deep and the wood is so warped that I couldn't see in there what it was. I assumed it was, it was a nail, and I was an idiot.
God, why are these things so hard to pull out?
I know. I couldn't believe it. That's why I'm like, man, I got to start working out. Can't pull a nail out of a wall. So I take all the plywood down, and I sent it to Crozier, Dean Sharp, Frankie Renzulli, and Johnny Shaky Hands Hansen, and a guy named Michael who's helped me out in Glendale. And I sent to 5 guys because I wanted 5 opinions, and I'm going to take the best 3. Every guy I sent that video to sent me back the exact same response. It's just cosmetic. You don't need it up there. It's not structural. You're good. All 5 guys had the exact same response, including Crozier. Crozier was the first guy. Crozier immediately, bang. You don't need it. You're good. I'm going back to my league.
Yes.
And he saved me a ton of money. But all 5 guys had the exact same response. I told it to my wife, and she said, "Oh, you only sent it to guys?"
He's like, well, I tried dealing with a chick at the home improvement store, but
So I gave her my cell phone. And I said, here's my phone. I probably have 700 women in my phone because I have 1,500 contacts. Probably most of them are guys. There's probably 600 or 700 women in my phone. I said, here's the video. You send it to the woman that you want to. And send it to all of them if you like.
Let's see what kind of response you get.
Yeah.
I mean, you could have sent it to either me or Bellio, and we would have given you the same response.
I'm not sure. I wait. Okay, the jury's still out on you, but Bellio, Crozier and I were talking about drying an area with a
I didn't
wet dry
the
vac.
beginning of the conversation.
You were sitting right there the whole time.
But I don't listen to you half of the time.
Okay. That'll be another issue we talk about during the break, but this will be on the air. But so I said I have a wet dry vac, and I was trying to dry an area before I put in, before I put in the caulking and the what is that crap you put in there?
Insulation?
No, not insulation. Between 2 tiles, not the caulking,
the grout,
the grout. Yeah. So I said to Crozier, well, Belly was sitting right there.
Not listening.
I said I had a wet dry vac, and I was trying to dry a certain area, and Belly said, "Why don't you get a sump pump?" And we just both walked away. I said, "That's why, Jen. That's why." It's Conway Show. We're live on KFI AM 640.
If you eat too many ultra-processed foods, you could be starving your gut microbes, and they'll get hangry. That's one of many things I learned after working on a new audio course about the gut microbiome. You can learn how to keep your gut happy by listening to Try This from the Washington Post. I'm Christina Quinn. I host Try This. Dig in with me on practical advice for life's common challenges. Follow Try This right now wherever you're listening. Seriously, try it.